Are you a published author wondering what's next? You've done the hard work, your book is out there, but now you're asking, how do I get more readers? How do I turn this book into opportunities? Hi, I'm Sharice N. Johnson Moore, publishing consultant and visibility coach. And I want to personally invite you to the Publish Now What free webinar. In this live session, I'll share the 5 biggest mistakes most authors make after publishing, how to build visibility, credibility, and momentum, and how to turn your book into a powerful tool for your brand, business, or ministry. Don't let your book collect dust. It's time to amplify your voice and walk boldly in your assignment. Register now, it's free. Click the link in the notes or description. Seats are limited, so don't wait. You're published, now what? Let's answer that together. Hello everyone, Sharice Johnson Moore here, and how is everyone doing today? Welcome to the More Connection audio newsletter. Now, today in this episode, we will be speaking about the 5 biggest mistakes authors make after publishing their book. We're going to be diving into real talk most authors never hear after their book goes live. If your book is out, but your momentum feels stuck, I'm sharing the 5 most common mistakes that hold authors back and what to do instead. Whether you're looking to boost your visibility, increase your impact, or build income beyond your book, this episode is your wake up call. And I want you to get your pen, pad, paper, and take notes for what I'm about to share with you because it is very valuable information. So come on, let's get into our topic of today, the 5 biggest mistakes authors make after publishing their book. Come on now, let's get busy with the More Connection audio newsletter. Are you ready to rediscover who you are, to unlock a new level of self-worth and confidence? Coming to Loving Yourself by Sharice N. Johnson Moore is the book for you. This isn't just a book, it's a journey, a heartfelt guide crafted to help you embrace who you are, heal old wounds, and realize the power of self-love. Sharice N. Johnson Moore shares her own powerful story of transformation, inspiring readers with honesty and wisdom. Coming to Loving Yourself offers you the tools to build self-confidence, overcome life's challenges, and celebrate the incredible person you truly are. Imagine finally letting go of self-doubt and stepping into a life filled with purpose and joy. If you're ready to start loving yourself, this is the book for you. Get your copy of Coming to Loving Yourself today and start the journey that will transform your life. Available now on ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com or Barnes & Nobles and Amazon, because true success begins with loving yourself. Hey fam, what's up? Sharice Johnson Moore here. How you doing? Your publishing consultant and visibility coach. And today in the More Connection audio newsletter, we are going to be talking about this topic, about the 5 biggest mistakes authors make after publishing. And I want to get into this topic. Is uh, it is especially for those who've released a book and are now wondering, what do I do next? And I have been a first time author myself, so I get it. I get it. I really do. So in this, I want to pour into you. I want to pour into you the knowledge that I have learned along the way of being a first time author. And I wanted to really, you know, really get you to come out of your shell per se. And I know you've poured your heart into your manuscript, published your book, and made a few posts, maybe even did a launch, and now silence, confusion, and maybe even some discouragement. And I want to help you. I want to let you know that you're not alone and your book has a purpose. Your book has a purpose. Okay? So don't let nobody come and tell you anything different, okay? Because there's a lot of, you know, we could run around like chickens with our heads cut off and ask everybody for advice. And I get it. And I was there myself, right? But I had to learn how to get out of my head and start doing. So as we start this conversation, the first thing we want to do is please do not go silent after your launch, after you have put your book out there, after you have told people, after you have made the post, after you have sent the email, after you've had that Zoom launch meeting, virtual meeting, or you've had one at an establishment, please do not go silent after your launch. Please do not go silent after your launch. When I first published my book, I said I knew all these people in church, right? I knew all these people in church. So that's why I started. I didn't know what I was doing. I ain't know. I just published the book and it was okay. And I was like, now I got this book. Now what I'm supposed to do with it, right? So my concept, I was in church all the time. So I started telling people in church about my book. I even asked my pastor at my church, could I have a book signing at the church? Him and First Lady talked about it and they said, okay, you can have your book launch. Okay, what day you want? Okay, your book signing at the church. And so I had to, as I always say, you open mouth, a closed mouth does not get fed. You cannot go silent. You have to be persistent about what you're bringing out. You just wrote this book and you put all this time, precious time and energy and finances into publishing this book. And now that it is published, you need to open your mouth and tell everybody. Okay? Closed mouth do not get fed. And because your book is still relevant. Talk about it consistently, constantly, all the time, in new ways, on new platforms with new audiences. I give you these pointers when we own so many apps, right? We own these apps, right? We own the apps. Okay, we got Clubhouse, we got Facebook, we got TikTok, we got YouTube, we got Twitter, we got Snapchat, we got Lemonade, we got Fanbase, we got all these social media apps, right? So use them intentionally. Don't just use them in a way where we're just posting, I say this. We use these social media apps to broadcast stuff going on in our family. We use broadcasts that have nothing to do with nothing. We talk about everything. We put everything on social media, right? Now, the mindset that you have to change once you become an author is that you must turn around and use it for intentional purposes. Your social media apps. Ain't nothing wrong with talking about families. Nothing, it's a thing of use it intentionally. Tell all you maybe got 5,000, 4,000, 2,000. How many friends you got following you on all these apps, right? So use them in an intentional way. Ask them, hey, I just published a book. I would greatly appreciate your support. And I would like to know, would you like to purchase a book today? And then you give them your link. If it's on Amazon, you give them the link to Goodreads. You give them the link to Barnes and Noble. If you're selling your book on your website, you give them that link too. So make it intentional. Do not keep your mouth closed about your book. Number 2, not building an email list. I do not know how many times I have regret not doing this at first. When my first book came out, I didn't know about no email list. I'm like, I was just happy to get the book published, you know. But I realized as I've been in business for 9 years now. It's 9 years. July the 24th, same day as my birthday, I started my business. And my book was my first product to sell. And I did not think of a email list. But since then, I have learned that even though I had social media, I had to start me an email list. And I'll be honest with y'all, I didn't start no email list until last year. My own email list. I started collecting emails. I started, people bought my book. People, if they, go to an event or they sign up, I would collect them at my book signings and things like that. And then I would enter them into my email address, my email, my email. And that's how I started accumulating my emails. I didn't have no professional email, no email provider at the time. I just used a regular email, and just used it like that and accumulated the emails like in that form on a regular email address. Gmail, Outlook, it used to be Live, things of that nature, Yahoo, stuff like that. But I want to give you this bit of advice. Invest in a professional email. It's more safeguarded. It is less liable to be hacked. And the professional email you can get through GoDaddy.com. It is encrypted email. So emails get reviewed before you get them in your inbox. I'm just giving you that one. I'm giving you little help. Okay. So go to GoDaddy.com and buy you a professional email and use your professional email to collect your email addresses. You'll start your email list. When you have an email, it brings you closer and has a deeper relationship with your audience. It has a deeper relationship with your audience. It really does. It has forms a deeper relationship with your audience. So, it's very important. It's very important that you have an email where people can reach you. Say somebody want to invite you to a event or something, event, conference, down the road, or you might be wanting to go do it now, where you have been invited to a conference and someone need to reach out to you. I have noticed this, and I have noticed this with a lot of authors. When I go to their social media pages, they do not have an email address listed. Someone might want to reach out to you to be on their show, podcast, or at their conference. So make it easy for people to reach out to you so you can get speaking engagements, speaking engagements. You can get invited to different programs, things of that nature, vendors events. You don't necessarily have to be a speaker. You can be a vendor at someone's event, and they thought about you. Oh, what's the name book be perfect for this event here at this conference. So let me get in contact with him, and let me go ahead and see if they could be at this event, this vendor's event. Hey, this having an email will have a better impact on people reaching out, communicating with you, right? And it gives you the opportunity to make direct offers that lead to speaking, coaches, and sales. You can also set it up where you send email out once a week, once a month, twice a month, however you want to do it, and you send it out to those that have purchased your books, so they can keep up with your future events, where they be like, okay, she gonna be in town, or I'm gonna go try, because I've seen people do this. They get I have done this myself, where I would get somebody email. I know I live in Uniontown, Pennsylvania, and they send me an email, and they're in Atlanta. Okay, I will take a trip to go see a particular author if I really, 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 really like them. I will spend that money and go buy their book. If I really, really into the art and really into the author. Say, okay, my favorite author is Terry McMillan. Okay, she has an event. I will make that sacrifice to spend my money for a train, plane, automobile to go see her. If she was close by, she came to Pittsburgh, I could drive there. If she was somewhere in the vicinity, I will go there. I've done that for authors before, but this was before I was an author. So I understand very important how important this is about email list. Are you ready to take a journey through the soul, through time, and across the vibrant culture of the Caribbean? Oceans of Thoughts, Book 1 by Rosalind Servine McLean, a stirring collection of thought provoking poetry that will move your heart and awaken your spirit. Known for her expressive language and poetic brilliance, Rosalind invites you to experience raw emotion, family stories, culture, pride, and the beauty of life's struggles and triumphs, all through her masterful play of words. Whether you've felt loss, joy, heritage, and hope, you'll find yourself in these pages. This is more than a book. It's an inspirational walk through the inner self, life, and history. A true must-read for all generations. Available now on Amazon and at oceansofthoughts.com/books. For inquiries, email ruthmclean2@gmail.com. Oceans of Thoughts, Book 1. Dive into something real. Number 3, we're going to failing to turn the book into a brand. Okay, failing to turn the book into a brand. My book is entitled Coming to Loving Yourself. I have turned that book into a self-help book. It is a self-help book. It helps women move from transition, from being stuck in the mindset of abandonment, dealing with um, domestic violence, dealing with different issues that I dealt with growing up. My book is an autobiography, inspirational book, and I have turned it into a workbook. I broke down all the things. I've turned my book into a workbook. It's called Coming to Loving Yourself, Study Guide to Building Your Self-Worth. So I have made that into a self-help educational book. Your book is a door. Your book is a door, not the destination. Your book is a door, not the destination. It opens to other things like services, teaching, courses, speaking engagements can grow out of your message, right? Because now in this day and time, when you write a book, maybe we write, you tell your story about domestic violence, and women have conferences set around that topic of domestic violence or coming out from the darkness, different titles of their conferences tell about what the conference is about. And your book could fit into their criteria a as a selling point for their conference. I'm just, giving y'all these ideas. So your book has turned into something that has made its way into becoming a speaker, open doors for speaking engagements. You can turn your book into a course if you're teaching about money, if you're teaching about marketing, it could turn into a course. So think about that. It's not just a book. It opens a door to another destination of putting you into another level of fruitfulness, of open doors, open to other avenues, other opportunities, things of that nature. Number 4, not asking for reviews or testimonials. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't even thinking about reviews or testimonials when I first started selling my book. I wasn't thinking about no reviews or I was just happy to make the sale, I was cool, but the more I got into really understanding what this book could do for me, it made me understand that I needed the reviews and the testimonials. I remember I asked the lady, I didn't even ask her for this review. I sold her the book. She read it. And she sent me a letter to my house. She sent me a letter to my house with a review and what kind of effect my book had on her in her life. Right? It had given her the courage to tell her own story. It had given her the courage to start journaling. And the journals that she had already written, she started typing up. And she said, well, I started doing that and things like that. I said, well, that's good. And I asked her, she said, well, I'm typing them up because I want to leave something for my granddaughter, my grandkids. When I leave this place, I want to give them grandma's whole story from beginning to end. And she said she had started, she started journaling, she started writing down everything, and she started sharing her story. And she said she will probably turn it into a book, but she will not sell it. It'll be a book for her grandchildren to read later on when she passes away, or she tells them her story, bits and pieces. She will read it out of the book until they have the understanding they can read it themselves for themselves in their own time. So you never know what kind of effect your book will have on somebody. Ask them for reviews and testimonials. Okay? Hello and blessings to you. Are you a business owner, author, or faith-based entrepreneur looking to get your products or services in front of a highly engaged audience? Well, here's your opportunity. Advertise in the More Connection newsletter, where faith meets business and purpose meets promotion. Whether you're just getting started or expanding your reach, our newsletter puts your message directly in front of readers who value inspiration, entrepreneurship, and transformation. We offer affordable advertising packages starting at just $25, with discounts as you commit to 3, 6, 9, or even 12-month placements. That means more visibility and more savings as your campaign grows. Each ad includes your message, a featured image, and access to a loyal, growing subscriber base ready to hear from you. So don't wait. This is your moment to shine in a space that celebrates faith, business, and purpose. Click the link in the description box to view our advertising packages and fill out this submission form today. Let's amplify your voice through the More Connection newsletter because your message matters. All right. And so we are on the last one. This one is so important to your author journey. It is trying to do everything alone, trying to do everything by yourself. You weren't meant to figure this out by yourself. You were not meant to figure this out by yourself. Every great author, speaker, or leader has guidance and a strategy. Stop struggling in silence. Get support, get mentorship, get in a community, right? Find people that will support your journey. I remember when I first started, when I published my first book, and I was doing it by myself. And it got to the point where it became very overwhelming. And I couldn't do all the things, at first. But I just did one thing at a time. Sometimes fear keeps us captive of not opening our mouths. Sometimes fear keeps us from asking for help. Sometimes we are afraid people will do certain things, and that fear consumes us, that we stay in a box too long. Find people in a community, or create your own community surrounding your book. Create a community surrounded by the topic of your book. Coming to loving yourself. That would be uplifting conversation, motivational conversation, inspiring conversation, talking about some things you may have went through in your life where you did not love yourself, and then you talk about different topics in the community. Form your own Facebook groups surrounding your book, uh, doing things, get someone to even help you in your next steps. Because trying to do it alone, you will become overwhelmed, stressed out, and you'll have this mindset of going in circles. What should I do first? I don't know what to do first. I don't know where to start. Start with one thing at a time. And you will see the fruits of your labor when you get the support, the mentorship, and the community. Join author groups. Join book you know how they have book groups, like the groups that pick out books once a month, you know, where book reading groups, things like that, that, you know, that have a setting where they take your book once a month and they discuss your book topic. You can even do um you can even do interviews or snippets in the community that have picked your book. Have you ever thought of that? You know, where you go into this book reading group, book clubs, as they call them, and you go in and discuss your book with them as a guest speaker. You could do that for building community, you know, and this is your baby. This book that you have taken out the time to put all your words from paper to typed it up to uh, a full manuscript to actually having it in your hand. It is your baby. You know how we have children. It's your child, it's your baby. So you must take care of this baby and feed it, change the diaper, feeding it is getting it into the hands of others. Changing diapers. That is where you go in and you may revamp, you may revamp some things about your book. You, uh, go into, you got aunts and aunties and things like that, and you have cousins, and that can be your community. Your community, your friends, the people at church, go to different events, things like that, to promote your book, to get your book out there. So, if you need help with your book in any kind of way, please reach out to me at snjm at ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com. I will leave my email in the description box. And you can also set up a free consultation with me, a free meeting, so we can sit down and discuss how you want to proceed with your book after you have published it. Okay? So, I wish you all the best in all that you do on your publishing journey as being a published author. Okay? And these are the 5 again. Going silent after the launch. Not building an email list. Failing to turn the book into a brand. Not asking for reviews or testimonials. Trying to do everything alone. Come on and sit down and talk with me, and let's figure this out together of how to move forward after you have published your book. All right, everyone. Hello, visionary entrepreneurs, authors, and faith-based leaders. Are you ready to amplify your voice, showcase your brand, and reach a powerful, purpose-driven audience? Then the More Connection podcast is the platform for you. We are now offering exclusive advertising opportunities for businesses, authors, and faith-based entrepreneurs just like you. who are passionate about making an impact and growing their visibility. Whether you're launching a new book, promoting your services, or expanding your ministry, our audience is listening and ready to connect. Here are our affordable ad placement options. Pre-roll ads, just $25. Mid-roll ads, $50. End-roll ads, only $20. That's right, professional, engaging exposure that works within your budget. And the best part, we offer flexible payment plans. You can choose to run your ads over 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or even a full 12-month campaign designed to fit your needs and goals. So, what are you waiting for? Let your brand be heard where faith, purpose, and business connect. To get started, email us today at snjm@ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com. Again, that's snjm@ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com. Let's take your business to the next level together. The More Connection Podcast, where purpose meets promotion. Come on now, what are you waiting for? All right, now listen. Publishing your book was a huge achievement. But don't stop there. Please do not stop at just publishing. You only scratched the surface of what God can do through your voice and your message. That's why I want to personally invite you to my free webinar, Publish Now What? In this season, I'll walk you through how to reignite momentum, show up with confidence, and turn your book into visibility, income, and purpose-driven impact. So, I want you to click on the link in the description box, registering for the free webinar, Publish Now What? And reserve your seat so you don't miss anything. I want to thank you for tuning in to the More Connection audio newsletter. And if this blessed you, share it with another author. Leave a review and tag me on social media. Tag me on social media. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, Lemonade, Instagram, Fanbase. Tag me, okay? Tag me in your comments. I love hearing your takeaways. And until next time, keep writing, keep showing up, and remember, your book is just the beginning. Until next time, talk to you again on the More Connection newsletter, the More Connection podcast, and other social media platforms. I love you all, and everyone have a blessed day.